If you're on your journey trying to get your anime physique, it's very likely that you're just super locked in on working out, diet, mindset, discipline, and all of that stuff. You're trying to get shredded. You're trying to build muscle. You're trying to look like Toji, Sung Jin-woo, Garo, Baki, whoever. But it is very easy to be so obsessed with this process that it can actually be harmful. In fact, this is something that actually happened to me when I first started working out. And I'll be honest, it kind of sucks. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what happened to me, what I did to stop being so obsessed with this stuff. And then I also wanna talk about how the current state of the fitness space and this gym cell culture and how it's feeding this mindset into our brains. And I promise you, it's not sunshine and rainbows. But do you know what is sunshine and rainbows? We're in a Weeb Talk. Welcome to Weeb Talk. Let's talk first about me, my obsessions of getting into good shape, getting into calisthenics and all that. When I first began, I always started the same way anyone would start. It was a slow process to get used to it. But once I got the ball rolling, I eventually dove deeper into trying to optimize everything in my life. I wanted to lose the fat, I wanted to build the muscle, and of course, I needed to look like an absolute shonen protagonist because those are the coolest looking guys in all of media. So much so I would stay up late at night looking into optimal science-based routines, trying to figure out the best ways to lose fat, and really just, if you want to talk about obsession, this was it. Like my whole life, people knew me. When I started in high school, people just knew me as the guy who works out. I was no longer Asian nerd kid. It's like that guy works out. He goes to gym. That guy go gym. I want to say I was proud of that title. And maybe I was getting the results that I wanted and it was going well. It wasn't necessarily a good thing overall in my life. One was I was just working out all the time. I overcomplicated my exercises trying to figure out, oh, what's the most optimal way to train this, to build this muscle? Like, what is the science behind it? What is the best, like the absolute best exercise that you can do? Oh, I want to do just that, only that. And I did it all the time without resting. I was like just destroying my body with these exercises. It became such an obsession that I would bust out like doing exercise in the middle of the high school cafeteria with my friends, of course. I wasn't just trying to do this alone, just because I wanted to prove that I could. I was that obsessed, guys. Next thing I worried about was diet. And this one's a doozy because I really wanted to lose the pudge. I felt like no matter how much I tried to lose the weight, lose the fat, it just wasn't working. So I kept going and really just like hating the fat on my body. It's like, why are you staying? I resorted to eating like rubber and plastic just to like lose weight. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, so like the foods that I was eating were not the best foods. I only ate them because they were low calorie. And of course, if you eat plastic, it doesn't have calories because you can't digest it. And you know, it's not good for you. I became so worried about the food I was eating that I didn't care for a balanced diet at all. I just wanted to manage my calories, make sure the calories are just low. So like super, super low. And of course, protein. I chugged like 2 protein shakes a day just to like friggin' get that in. And over time, when I had this very strict, rigid routine for myself, work out all the time, eat this specific stuff all the time, I was just obsessed. I literally was obsessed with just trying to get this anime physique. And maybe it was going to work. Maybe it was going to result in that stuff. But at the end of the day, I wasn't feeling my best. Maintaining this lifestyle, didn't feel great. And it just became such a chore, not just doing the things, but just worrying that if I step off the path a little bit, I'm gonna end up hating myself. Who wants that? It wasn't until I actually started simplifying the process and making things easier to digest, not only for myself to make the journey more sustainable, but also to make myself overall better rather than just chasing this appearance. So I'm going to show you how you can get over this obsessive behavior and start approaching this journey with more grace and more compassion for yourself. The first thing that was able to help me get to an anime physique easily was to not worry about getting an anime physique. Oh, What? You not worry about anime physique? Are you crazy? What do you think I'm doing this for? Why do you think I watch you, huh? Well, hold your horses. I will explain. Because I was just so worried about appearance and how I was, working out and making sure it was optimal, it really didn't feel fun. And I was so worried about trying to get the workout done because I want to get this result. I really want to look like this, that things just got sloppy. Things were feeling not great, and the quality of the workout was just eh. So instead, I shifted my focus not to the outcome of the workout, but to the workout itself. Focused on putting 100% of my effort into this workout. But, of course, in a smart way. Using full range of motion, making sure my form is on point. Having full control over the movement, so not dropping onto my joints, not cheating the reps, just full, good, quality repetitions. Of course, training to failure as much as possible, but paying attention to how my body is feeling on failure so that I don't get to a point where I train so hard that I injure myself, which did happen once. I think what stops a lot of people from making the journey and the workout really a part of their lives, and what makes them obsess and then give up, is that they're so focused and confused and wondering, am I doing this right? Is this the right way to do it? Is this the optimal way to do it? Is this truly working? Am I gonna be able to get the physique with this? That's all stuff maybe you can ask yourself, but it's not something to linger on. Those aren't the right questions to really ask, because those questions really are focused on the result. Just stop overthinking about every single thing and just understand one thing. The physique will come if you focus on getting better. Just focusing on the right actions that you need to take to get to a physique will eventually get you to the physique without you thinking about it. It's kind of monkey brain simple. If you do the right actions, you will get the right results. Focus on those actions. Physique will come in no time. It works. It just works. It worked for me. It works for many other people that I've taught, and it'll work for you. Now I know what you're asking. Well, Kevin, what are the right actions? Well, I could go on about that. I have a whole channel dedicated to them. But if you want the simple, no BS answer that is guaranteed to work to get you an anime physique in 90 days, I've got them in my Shonen Strength community. I mean, take a look at the community members. Look at their results. They're so freaking good because they did the right actions and didn't care too much about the results, but they still got the good results. Wow, what a paradox. Plus, if you join the community, you will be able to talk to me every week, ask your questions about, hey, am I doing this right? Is this the right action to take? I get to talk to you, we get to chill, we get to talk about everything and I help you get a physique. Isn't that cool? You can just click the link below, come hang out with me, chill with other guys trying to get the same thing as you. We'll hang out and we'll be buddies. All right, so that's the workout part of it, but now we talk about the diet part. I think diet is something that everybody obsesses with. Healthy, unhealthily, like people who are obese, people who are anorexic, they got some sort of obsession with food. I was no different. So how did I get over that crap? It was a simple shift, a very, very simple mindset shift that took me from a guy worrying about everything he put in his mouth to a chill dude who's just eating good food and getting results anyway. Like a mellow hippie who likes to consume. Remember, I was consuming things that I probably should not consume massive amounts of. Even if it says low calorie, high protein, if you take a look at the ingredients, I don't know what that is, and I'm gonna eat it? Plus, I might have looked good, but I wasn't in peak physical condition. Like, I wasn't able to do the cool things that I do, like handstands and such, because, well, my body wasn't being fueled right. It wasn't until I learned the hard way that the quality of the food matters far more than the calories or anything else about the food. So I picked 1 month of the year to just focus on high quality foods that are not only good for me, nutrient dense, but they support more than just my physique, but also my overall health, my gut health, brain health, my energy, my mood, everything. And I didn't even count a single calorie. I didn't count any macro. I just decided I'm gonna just eat the foods that are good, whole foods that I think are delicious and pretty relatively healthy. And over the course of a month, I actually did lose weight. I was able to drop a couple percent body fat and lose like 3 to 4 pounds without counting the calories, which was crazy. Not only that, I was feeling more energetic. I was less sleepy. I had less gas because I fart so much. when I eat random crap. And I worked out even better. I was performing better, doing more reps, doing better quality, having better quality workouts. Honestly, was just that simple. But of course, it's not just about quality, right? Because there's a lot of good food out there that isn't necessarily good for us, but they just taste good, you know? I have personal obsessions with cheesecake and whatnot. It took me a while to also accept that I can eat these once in a while and my physique and overall health will be okay. Don't get me wrong, I try to avoid eating junk foods as much as I can, but if I happen to fall to temptation, consume some chips, eat some cheesecake that's just on the table there, I'm not gonna think, woe is me, my results are gonna be gone, I'm gonna starve myself to counteract this thing. Instead, I'm gonna be like, okay, this happened. How can I maybe adjust the rest of my day to sort of compensate for that? Do I even want to bother compensating for that? I just chill. I'm more chill about it now. Like I used to worry so much, but now I eat a cheesecake. It's like, oh, well, I did that. Well, let's just move on. Let's just keep going and I can still get my results, no problem. It's just a cheesecake. What's going to happen? Maybe my stomach's going to hurt later. Friggin' oh well. We're going to keep going. If there's anything that I took with me from learning those things, it's that if you eat 80% to 90% good whole foods that are good for you and maybe have room for 10% of meals that aren't really good for you, don't make you feel good, but just for taste, I find that to be a fine lifestyle. I would love to have 100% whole foods, but I'm only human, and I will have a tasty little treat maybe once in a while. And I think that's okay. So a lot more healthier mindset. The big problem is that social media, Instagram, everything is pretty much pinned against us to get us really obsessed with the gym cell, big muscle culture. And I want to shed light on that before, it takes you, because it did take me. In the past, I have seen fitness influencers and a bunch of photos of people who have amazing physiques, perfect lighting, they're so shredded. And I was like, I want that. I need to look like that. I have to get that. But of course, that resulted in looking at myself and being like, I'm not enough. Why aren't I at that level yet? Why am I not at that point? I'm working so hard for this. And you start to question everything. You start to look at yourself like pathetic, worthless. I need to get there. I need to look like that. Because Instagram, it's all pictures, right? They're so focused on the appearance of it all. Like you see everybody's perfect photos, but what they don't show you is the results to get there. They don't show you the hard work. They don't show you the pain. They don't show you the suffering. They don't show you the bad photos. They don't show you the bad lighting that they took. They show you the best of the best of the best. And when that's all you see, you think that's reality. And when you think that's reality, you wonder to yourself, why am I not part of this new wave, this new standard? You start to question your place. I think the internet has become so obsessed with appearance that looks maxing is so damn popular. Like everybody's doing it, and it's like, okay, but why? Why is that? People are associating their value with how good they look, because in this day and age, what else can you present to the world? What can be instantly recognized, right? You've got people like Clavicular doing crystal meth to hollow their cheeks, and you've got guys like Hamza who's telling young men to inject themselves with testosterone so that they can look manlier, work harder, blah, blah, blah. That's not good, guys. That's dangerous stuff. You got to be careful who you get this information from, including myself. Like, don't take my word for it. Question what I say. Look it up for yourself and then see, oh, maybe he's right. Oh, maybe these parts I disagree with. That's the point. The biggest issue is when you become obsessed with this gym cell culture is that it becomes your life. Like, I used to basically work out, play games, go to bed. And I thought, hey, what a complete life I have, because I'm working hard, I'm making money, I'm having fun, I'm going to bed. But look at it from an outside perspective. This is some completely antisocial behavior right there. But I thought I was doing enough for myself because, oh, I'm working out, I'm doing this and that. In reality, I was just like basically just slaving away at a job, obsessing over my appearance to improve it, friggin' wasting away staring at a screen playing games, which were fun, but I don't want to do that all the time, and then going to bed repeating the cycle. But in that perspective, it's like, oh, what the hell am I doing? All in all, your life should not revolve around your workouts. Your workouts should revolve around your life. It shouldn't work the other way around. Your life isn't a bunch of workouts. Your life isn't how big muscles you can get. So if you find yourself in this life where you're just workout, gym, game, sleep, and you're starting to feel, this kind of feels a little empty. I know I'm trying to work hard for myself, but it just all feels so, like nothing. You might want to reevaluate exactly what you're doing, why you're doing, and what your reason is ways for doing this stuff. If you find yourself in that pickle, just take a step back and approach things from a more simple perspective. You don't need to hyper optimize your life to try to get to a certain way of looking, because in reality, 20% of the work is going to get 80% of the results. Working out and training to failure with enough frequency to stimulate the muscles, eating relatively whole foods 90% of the time, focusing on quality meat and protein, and going outside, enjoying the fresh air, walking 10K steps a day. And honestly, if you just do those things, you're going to be ahead of 90% of people. Because if it's not simple and it becomes this obsession that has basically taken control of your life, at the end of the day, it's going to knock you down, it's going to beat you up, it's going to make you feel horrible, and you're going to want to give up. Maybe some of you are already at that point where you've tried, you've obsessed over the process, but you just fell off and you're at a low point. Why can't I do this? Why can't I get this physique? Well, trust me, you're not alone. In fact, you can check out this video right here if you want to learn how you can make the greatest comeback of your entire life.